reason it's called a steam pad is because the tool is soaked in water, and when you bring the tool into contact with that hot or molten glass, a layer of steam is actually created as sort of a buffer between the tool and the glass itself. Got the glass nice and hot. He literally allows it to drip into the mold. This is the hardest he's ever going to have to blow through the process to really get that glass to fill out the mold. A lot of times people think that glass artists have to have really strong lungs and be able to blow very strongly into the blowpipe. It's simply not true. As long as the glass is hot enough, remember it's going to be nice and soft and it's easy to inflate. Here Lauren uses the table surface to take those three-dimensional ribs and twist them. This tabletop here is in fact not just a tabletop but a tool. It's a marver table. It's a stainless steel tabletop that we use to shape the glass. Also, anything we touch to the glass, our steam pad, our wooden tools, and the marver table, all our tools are going to cool down the glass and help us to control the heat. Lauren's going to twist those lines further by grabbing a hold of the base and stretching out the glass. You're okay? By having the glass sort of set up properly, Lauren was able to hang the glass down in front of him. Gravity helped him to elongate and stretch the bubble, and he slowly inflated the glass. He's working now to create a constriction in the bubble just off the end of the blowpipe. This line is going to be very important towards the end of the piece. We'll actually use it as our break-off point. That constriction line creates a weak point in the glass. We are going to crack and break the piece free from the blowing iron, but when we do so, the crack is going to travel right around that constriction that we created. Now I mentioned that we can use gravity to help us shape the glass. By arranging the heat there properly, not getting it too hot, but just hot enough, Lauren can come out and add centrifugal force to help stretch out the glass. These tools here are called Parchopes. They are very similar to the jacks he used to create the constriction, but they're fitted with wooden blades. The wooden tool, again, is going to draw less heat out of the glass than the metal tool does, giving Lauren a longer time to manipulate and shape the glass. As we move further through the process and blow and expand the glass, the sidewalls of the bubble are thinner and thinner, and so the material has less thermal mass, or it holds its heat for less and less amounts of time. Now when you work with glass, it's not about force, it's about finesse. Controlling the material at a high enough temperature that light pressure with your tools is enough to manipulate and shape it. If you're forcing the glass, you should probably put your hand tool down and go back over to the reheating furnace and just get it a little bit warmer. On this next sheet, Lauren and I are going to work together. We'll create a mold to turn the glass inside of. He'll use those wooden bladed jacks or Parchopes to taper the sidewalls and keep the shape in check. I'm going to use a wooden board to flatten the tip of the bubble. That smaller bowl there furthest away from Lauren is actually the base of the piece. Okay, so you can see that we were able to create a nice crisp edge by working together, and also a flat base for the piece to stand on. We're all set for the transfer process.